Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. To so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners scattered abroad the four corners of the whole world. My name is Ainon with GMS Detroit Barcamp. Pray this video will be edifying to the hopeful elect on the upcoming famine before the return of our Lord Yahushai. Whether you perceive it or not, these are one of the signs that we have to look out for. And this is going to be a design famine to use money as food as a weapon to get you to do what they want you to do. If you don't do what they want you to do, they can lock you out of society. You won't be able to buy, sell, or save, or do anything. You won't be able to work pursuant to that digital ID. Over in the UK, you gotta have that, or you cannot work. But before we get into the video all the way in it, disclaimer, fair use disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, and teaching, scholarships and education and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I'm not trying to make any money off of this. I'm just trying to push the truth, and that's it. And pray this video to be edifying to the hopeful elect, and it reach your ears, and help you preserve from the great, terrible, evil day that's about to come upon us, the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So with that said, like I said, famine is coming. So let's get a few scriptures. And matter of fact, no, I want a few scriptures. I want this right here. This video I had to play.
Louisiana, where leaders here say they are dealing
our society as political leverage.
Well, hey everybody, Stephen Maxwell here with Sinlaw Broadcasting outside the food bank of Central Louisiana, where leaders here say they are dealing with one of the most challenging times they've ever faced. So as you can see, crews are inside the food bank packing bags of food for people to eat who are in need. But they say right now I guess you could call it somewhat of a perfect storm. They've been seeing federal cuts as well as the government shutdown impacting SNAP benefits and other issues. And you can see these empty shelves here inside the food bank. They say it's usually stacked to the top with those shelves full of food.
This year has felt like a roller coaster ride that we couldn't escape from. We've had cuts on the federal level that began early in the year, drastic cuts to our USDA food supply that have resulted in many loads not showing up at food banks, not only our food bank, but at food banks across the country. And of course, that's impacting the neighbors that we serve because we have less food to work with. In addition, corporate donations are down, so there's less food in our food.
So what's up, guys? So the lines at the food bank are wrapped around the block. This is crazy. Many people may not know that I worked at the food bank for years. I was a secretary of the food bank at one of the local churches in my community, and I depended on the food bank for years because all of my income went to bills, and at the time I didn't have like a steady source of income, and I had to rely on weekly just rations from the food bank. So I want to get involved more and start serving more at the food bank. Sometimes I donate to the food bank. Sometimes I serve with my time at the food bank. They definitely need our help. So if you can get involved at your local food bank, donate to anyone who has a food pantry or even serve, because the donations have been cut. You see that in this video, they were saying that the shelves are empty.
For the ones of you that are saying, just go to a food bank, I hope you realize that their shelves are bare. Not only has it been all over the news, but if you talk to people within your community, you're going to hear the same thing. This could turn into a very serious food crisis. None of this is funny.
Yeah, you guys, this is why it's so important. If we can stock up if we can find out where our resources is, if anybody knows any resources to help us out, put it in the comments where we can go. Some of these states have activated like emergency funds to fund programs to help people to make up for the lack of food stamps coming in. So if you can find out those resources in your state, if your state is doing that, that can be very helpful. In the state of South Carolina, which I live at, my governor has activated this emergency fund. So that's very helpful, and it's a long list of resources.
We're already seeing plenty of local impacts from the government shutdown. Here at the Ron Wood Family Resource Center, their food bank is seeing a 10% increase in need from this time last year. And it's not just federal employees that are affected, tourism employees as well. There's a lot less hours available because the season is slowing down. And of course, we're coming right up on the holiday season, which brings a whole lot more need to the area.
Look at this line. This is just for the food bank. Crazy. Might be mad long.
If you want to know how big of a problem hunger is in rural America, spend time at a mobile food bank.
It's 90% of what I consume.
74-year-old Lorna Hall made sure to be the first at this line in Clinton, Missouri. You've been here since last night.
Yeah.
It's that important to get what you need.
Yes. And I don't keep the car running. I can't afford the gas, so I have sleeping bags to stay warm.
Folks here share a similar raw reality.
I still feel bad that I have to come up here and sit in a line, to get food.
Joe and Donita Barnett are among the 175 households receiving food today.
Thank God we got it. We'd probably be sitting down there laying underneath a tree somewhere.
It's a matter of life or death.
It is. It is.
Pastor Marty Reese oversees the distribution.
We're in serious times. I mean, people are struggling. Cost of living has went up. Everything has went higher.
Are you seeing more people coming through these lines?
We used to see maybe 50 to 60 cars. It's doubled, and it's probably going to get worse.
Feeding nearly 375,000 people falls on Harvesters, a nonprofit food network. But cuts to government programs, including more than $1 billion in federal food aid, along with rising inflation, translates to fewer donations than previous years. 1 in 7 people in 27 counties across Kansas and Missouri are food insecure.
So this is all donations right here.
Elizabeth Kiefer says the need is the highest it's been in a decade. And they expect more people as the government shutdown continues and SNAP payments are withheld.
We have a rising number of people facing food insecurity and less resources to tackle it.
What does that mean for the average family?
Folks that are utilizing food pantries, they're going to see less, unfortunately.
Another challenge is the recent Trump administration order canceling the annual USDA report on food insecurity, claiming it's become politicized.
Without that vital data, we'd be operating in the dark.
There's a message from locals to politicians.
One more video.
Some of these shelves that you can see up here behind me, normally they would be filled in preparation for the holiday rush that comes at a food bank like this. They're already seeing a depleted amount of resources because of the cuts that were handed down to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. That was long before the government shutdown took place. Then they were dealt with the need that arose from federal government workers being furloughed and working without pay, many of them ending up in food banks like this for the first time. And now they are also dealing with the uncertainty around SNAP benefits.
I'm running extra low on food, and then I come here, and it's always been a blessing to my family. Even though I'm not a government worker, I still pay attention because, like I said, it affects everybody. It doesn't just affect a certain group of people, it affects everybody.
I just want this to be over. I want them to just agree on something or stop going back and forth because, at the end of the day, everybody's burden proved their point.
Some of these shelves that you can see up here behind me normally.
Well, that's it on that. Food's becoming a scarce commodity. Coming soon. There won't be no food on the shelves at these local food pantries or at the grocery store. The way things is being set up, they're going to push through the agenda 2030. Force you to get a digital ID, and after they force you to do that, they're gonna force you put that micro chip in your arm, or in your hand, or in your forehead. So let's get a few scriptures and get this one. done. But all these, even Yahweh said there's going to be famines before he returns. You know, this is a sign that we're looking for. This is Matthew 24:3. As he sat upon Mount Olives, the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? When you go to the end of the world, it's go to the end of an age. There's three different worlds, you know, in the Greek. I might do a video on it later. And Yahweh answered and said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And this is happening right now. People are trying to say they are the Messiah, the chosen one. You know? Hey, us men of Great Millstone, we know, Yahweh ain't going to be on this. When he returns, he's coming to make war. And all eyes is going to see him in that chariot. You know? Fuck you. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And the end will end soon as the MOTB be fully implemented as the new currency. It would be the only way to buy, sell, or save and work. And you gotta have that that digital ID, or that digital micro C hip, you know, to go any further in Esau society. You know, they're gonna lock you out of society if you don't do it. You don't get it. But we also know if you receive that thing, the Most High is gonna you pretty much set yourself up to receive a thermonuclear missile, because the Most High is not gonna be moved to try to save you. He's gonna be moved to wrath to destroy you. You know, it is what it is. For nations shall rise against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. Get that again? And there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. You know, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. We already have pestilence that just went through the DVOC 9-1, and this famine that's coming is going to be like the famine with bread lines in the 1920s. You know, it's going to be like that. You know, and you seen them had all them people waiting around in line just to get some food. You know. And they're going to use food as a weapon, whether you perceive it or not. And they're going to go back and do things that they used to do. Because if they could get the people to bend down and do whatever the hell they want to, put them in full compliance of doing everything that they want you to do, it'll be a win for them, you know, because they don't know who all is Israel. But if you receive that Michael C, the Most High is going to want to destroy you. It's just what simple as it is, whether you're an Israelite or not. And this is Genesis 47:3. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. And there was a lack of food. Matter of fact, let's get the definition of a famine. Famine in land, nation. Scarcity of grain. That's what I'm looking for. Scarcity of grain. Hey, it's going to be a scarcity of food during that time. You know? And whether you perceive it or not, hey, it's coming. It's coming back again. You know? Back to this right here. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt, in the land of Canaan, for the corn which they bought, and Joseph bought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when money faileth in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth, and money is about to fail. A perfect guy for the perfect job. President Trump, how many businesses he was in it that failed? And America is another business, a corporation that's set up under him, and it's going to fail too. It's failing right now, but the Congress is not agreeing. The board members are not settling on a thing that will solve some of these problems, but it ain't gonna solve it completely because this place is done for. You know. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail. And they bought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for the horses and for the flock and for the cattle and for the herds, for the cattle of the herds and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. And when he had ended, that when that year ended, they came unto him a second time and said, We will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent, and my Lord also how our herds of cattle there is none aught to left into the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands. And this is what they want. They want have full control over your bodies and your and the lands. And they doing a good job at this bullshit right now. You know. Wherefore shall we die before thy eyes, both we and our land, by us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. God, and that's what they want. They want you to be indigent servants unto them forever. Hey. Once they put this food in your face and then take it away where you can't eat it anymore, they're going to start a social credit score with their micro CMs. You know? But hey, famine is coming. Just like it happened back here when Joseph was ruling in Egypt. Hey, it's going to happen again. But hey, the men of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, they going to put their trust in him. And Yahweh Ratazah, hey, we get delivered out of this joint, before it gets any more worse. The nukes start hitting the ground. This is Job 5:20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. And this is what we're waiting for. Our plan A and our plan A, we ain't got no plan B. Our plan is the hope that Yahweh Shem Shai help us. You know. You know. And thou shalt be hid among the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh. And at the destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the field. And during this time, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to put a spirit on the beasts of the field to be in league with us at the same time. And I can't wait for this day, man, because once this start happening, it's the end of Esau's kingdom. You know? That's it on this one. This is extra second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And Ezra knew that he needed a savior, he needed a deliverer to rescue him, so he don't get caught up in this shit. And that's another reason why we are on the highways and hedges, because we're afraid of what the Most High is about to do, and we don't want to get caught up in this shit. Behold, famine and plagues and tribulations and anguish are sent as scourge for a minute. And all these things are coming. Famine, plague, tribulation, troubles, and anguish. All these are sent for scourges of amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And no matter what happens, these people are gonna stay stuck in that same line. They ain't gonna wonder why this thing is happening. Why is this happening to me? Well, because if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, American, or Israelite foreigner scattered abroad, because you refuse to return back to Yahweh Shem Shai, your power. That's why all these things are happening to you. You know? Keep going. Behold, the visuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall not think themselves to be. That they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of the famine, and the other that escape, the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So, no matter what you do, you're still going down. You're still going to be destroyed. Because if you took the MOTB, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to destroy you. You know, simple as that. That's it on this one. This is Second Ezra 15. Yeah, Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Matter of fact, let's go up. Verse 10. Second Ezra 15 and 10. 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy the land thereof. Modern day Egypt is America, and Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten, and with the plague and of punishment, and Yahweh, that Yahweh Bashim Al will bring upon it. A famine is coming. All these things are happening, right before our eyes. Might not affect you right now, but it's going to affect you sooner or later, you know? And they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail, and through the blasted and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Hey, shit is spoiling. Shit is not being brought to the harvest places of harvest, the grocery markets. Hey, pretty soon all these places gonna be empty. Woe to the world. Uh, uh, uh. For the sea shall fail through the blasted and the hall, and with great constellation, with a fearful constellation. And people are going to be afraid. Grown men, the bitch Muslim man is going to be crying like a woman during these times. Woe unto me, who will deliver it. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, Slakia, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand, the modern day gun. And flat out, if you don't have a plan B or plan A to get you up out of here, get yourself straight, hey, asshole, you gotta you gotta be a one to fight for your own damn life. I can't do it no more. You know? For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard the kings nor the princes, because of the course of their action shall stand in power. And your Trumps, your city congressman, or United States senator won't be able to save you during this time. Ain't gonna be able to save y'all during this time. A man should desire to go in the city and shall not be able. Martial law is going to be in effect. You won't be able to go out of your way to do anything unless you're an essential worker when they relock shit down. But other than that, you better stay your ass in the house. Because if you don't, you bring your ass out, it's a good chance you catch a slug, a bullet, or get arrested. Because the pride of the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Hey. The services that normally come to the city, lights, gas, water, food being brought into the marketplace, that ain't gonna be happening. You know? This is Second Ezra 6:22. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. There won't be no food in none of these places. For Amazon or Target or Walmart or Myers, there won't be no food in there. You know? And the trumpet shall give a sound, and when which when every man heareth they shall be suddenly afraid. And like I said, men are going to be shitting in their pants during this time. It won't be a great moment or a great time. And at that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall be set in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still. Water's gonna be cut off. They need electricity to open up all these valves to the system that you taking part of. You know, they call them smart devices, but whatever you want to call it. But I know that you take it, how much you is gonna want to fuck you up. And whosoever remaineth from all these that have told thee shall escape and see my salvation at the end of your world. And coming soon, the end of Esau's world kingdom is coming to a head. You know? I don't need that no more. I don't need that. This is Psalms 33 and 18. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh shines upon them that fear him, and upon them that hope for his mercy. You know, this is what we're waiting for. We put our faith, hope, and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai and our fear of what he's about to do, you know, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in the famine. And this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahshai to deliver us from our enemies, you know. That's it. Pray this video was having fun with the hopeful elect. So with that said, Shalom.